Hello friends and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to add the entity configuration so as to be able to give our properties some of the parameters that we need to base on where we are creating our tables. And to do that I'm going to go ahead into my data folder and I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to call this as config. And after creating this configuration folder, I'm going to go ahead and add a class that will help us in configuration. I'm going to add a new C# class and I'm going to call this as product configuration and press enter. And after creating this product configuration, it is going to derive from entity type configuration, and you need to pass in the type. So I'm going to say entity type, and here I'm going to pass in the type as it is now a product, and it will be from this, and make sure you import that one. And after we are done with this, so let's see, I'm going to go ahead and implement this. So I'm going to press Ctrl and dot, and I'm going to implement this interface, and it will bring this code. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this throw not implemented, and we are going to implement all the configuration that we need. And as we are going to use this product, the fields that we're going to be accessing here will be the one that are in this product. So I'm going to go ahead and say builder dot property, and the property that we're going to start with, I'm going to say p goes to p dot, and I'm going to start by id as we're having here, and I'm going to say that this will be required. All right, and I'm going to end like this one. And again, you're going to go to the name builder.property, and I'm going to say p goes to p.name, and I'm going to say is required to, like this one. We're going to go with in the description dot property builder.property, and I'm going to say p goes to p dot description, and I'm going to say that is required to is required. We can also need to add the maximum length to our name, so I'm going to say has max length, and I'm going to say that it will have maximum length of 200 so as to be able to save the memory. And I'm going to say again builder.property, and I'm going, for example, to take also the price. I'm going to say p goes to p.price. And what we need to configure here, first of all, it will be required. And after this, I'm going to add also that it has a column type, and the column type that will be, it will be the type of decimal, and we need to configure, for example, let me say that it will be 18.2. I'm going to configure relationships, and before we do that, I'm going also to add the one for picture. So I'm going to say property, and I'm going to say p goes to p dot picture URL, like this one, and say is required. Okay, after this I'm going to go ahead and configure some relationships. We know that one type can have many products and one brand can have many products, and I'm going to configure the one-to-many relationships in here. So I'm going to say that builder dot has one, and I'm going to say that I'm going to use b, which stands for brands. We'll go to b dot product brand, and it will have to go with many, and also it will have the foreign key, has foreign key, and the foreign key that it will have will be showing that p will go to p dot product brand id. And make sure that you configure these as it is supposed to be, because if you mistakenly put like type id here, it is going to bring you some errors. So I'm going to go ahead and again say builder.has one, and I'm going to say t, which will stand for types, and it will go to t dot, and I'm going to say product type, and it will be with many. And again, I'm going to say has foreign key, and I'm going to say p goes to p dot product type ID. All right, this is it. And after we are done with this, we can go ahead and double check and see if you didn't make any error or you left one field untouched. And after we ensure that this is as we want it, you're going to go back into our application DB context class, and you're going to add some of the other configuration. So inside here, inside this class, I'm going to go back here. Down here, I'm going to override the method that is called on model creating. I'm going to say protected override, and I'm going to say on model creating, and it will bring all of these. And the thing that we're going to do, we are going to use this model builder, and I'm going to say model builder, and I'm going to say that I'm going to apply configurations and the configuration from assembly, and I'm going to pass in here assembly dot get executing assembly, like this one. And here, let's see, quick fix, and I'm going to use this using system.reflection. And here, let's use the quick fix again, get executing assembly. Okay, and I'm going to finish off the statement. And what we did, we said that when you're going to start creating all these tables, we need to get the configuration for all of these entities so as to be able to apply all the product configuration that we inserted in here, so as to be able to give our fields the default parameters that we need them to have, so they don't have to behave the way Entity Framework made them to behave when they were initialized. So I'm going to go ahead again. If now we are done with this, I'm going to go ahead and try to create another migration. I'm going to go up multiple times so as to be able to see where we created the migration. Of course, to here, I'm going to go ahead and press enter. Alright, and you can see that it was successfully created our migration. So whenever we go to this initial migration file and we try to check again if now we are getting this, you can see that for the nullable they have this as false, and for the maximum length you can see that it was able to set the name of our product and it gave it the maximum length of 200. And we can go ahead and update the database, but I'm going to show you a better way. So we can't come every day into this terminal to apply all the migrations. I'm going to show you how to seed the data into the database so as to be able to have the starting data, and I will show you on how to configure the migration upon the run of the application so as to be able to apply all the pending migration when they are, and also to seed the data into the database whenever we have those pending seed data. And we will see that in the next video, so don't miss out.